Good afternoon, and welcome to a special live edition of Confessions. So, today on our episode, we're going to be talking about the perks. It's all about the perks, about the perks. Oh, baby. Okay, I'll stop there. Sorry, Craig. So, you're probably wondering first, why are you live instead of your usual recorded? This is my normal published time for the videos. However, it has been a crazy, ridiculous week. And so, my regular episode's going to go live tomorrow. Additionally, I'm apologizing now for the poor sound quality. Uh, our internet has been up and down for the last couple days, and literally, in the 5 minutes I've been sitting here waiting to go live, it has gone up and down three times. So we're on the phone to make sure I can actually stay connected to you. But I wanted to talk about something that I get asked about a lot. I've done a couple videos in the past about them, but it's been a little while, and I've had a number of people asking again about the perks. What kind of perks and special things do you get at the parks? And of course, everybody knows about these things, the free tickets, but there's so much more than that. And the perks, honestly, are one of the best parts about working at the parks. So every park that you work at, the employee is going to get in free. That's kind of automatic. And usually it's not restricted on dates. I think Disney now restricts the dates some. So that way they can't go in on the busiest of days. But it used to be unrestricted. Silver Dollar seats unrestricted. You're an employee. Go in, play, get to know the park, have fun. They also will do different things for family and friends. Uh, so Silver Dollar City, the whole family, you put their names in as you got hired, and everybody got annual passes. So that was really nice. Disney would do it a little differently in that you got what was called a main gate, and they changed this a little bit. But again, you would list how many family members that you had, and then you can see on the back. Let me try and hold that up there. You can see that I was allowed in an entry for every family member I had, so I could bring in uh, so many people. If two kids, one wife, I could bring in three guests. Now at the main gate, they didn't have to be family. I could bring in three friends, but it was limited on how many times you could do it. So this, for example, when I was there, was typically good for once a month or so. But yeah, so free admissions, and then Silver Dollar City would also give a lot more free tickets. So this is actually ones I didn't use in 1 year. I think all three of us were working that year, which is why we ended up with so many. But you would give free tickets. Disney would give a limited number. You had your main gate, and then there were a couple times they would give you what they called hard tickets, which were extra tickets in addition to that. Busch Gardens, we always got free tickets as well. Plus, we had reciprocal admissions to different places. So we actually got to go for Silver Dollar City. We had the theaters in town. We had a number of other attractions. We could go to Dollywood, get in free. At Disney, you could go to, we're working Walt Disney World. You could go to any of the four Disney parks there. Plus, you could go to Disneyland. You could go to Disney Paris. So you could go to these other Disney parks. Busch was kind of nice in that we actually got to go to Universal as well as the Busch parks. So if we wanted to go to Universal Studios, we got in there free as well. So the free admissions were definitely a really nice perk, and but they were also one of the worst perks because they were the ones that everybody called you about and went, "Can we get tickets? We haven't talked to you in 10 years, but yeah, no." So um, they were also saying, let's see here, we can also get access for up to four people on the fireworks display. So that is a normal perk. But yes, it's a great perk, but it is also one of those that everybody comes out of the woodworks wanting free tickets. You work at Disney, you can get me in free, right? No. Um, so if you know somebody who just got a job at a theme park, don't bug them for tickets. You are limited in how many you get, and they're meant generally for family. But yes, that's one of the big ones. The other things that you get are discounts. Um, and the discounts, honestly, are really nice. So Disney, well, let me start. Silver Dollar City, they would actually print off employee area benefits. So this is a little flyer that they gave you that would tell you about all the places that would give you a discount. And when I say all the places, I mean all the places. Uh, so you can see free admissions and all sorts of stuff there. Lots of different perks. Disney actually had so many different things set up that they would actually put out a book, and you would pick this up every few months, and it had a lot of ads in it, but it also had a great listing of different places that would give you discounts. The one thing that uh, I basically learned early on is ask. Always ask. The worst they're going to tell you is no. Hey, do you give a discount to Silver Dollar City employees? Do you give a discount to Disney cast members? The worst they're going to say is no. And even if they don't officially give one, they may give one to you anyways. So, uh, really nice, big, big deal is all those discounts. And they're all over the place. Josh is asking, do you get perks on meeting the characters? Nope. Gotta wait in line just like everybody else. You don't get to skip any lines as an employee. Uh, Now, if you work with the characters, they may recognize you when you come in, so you may get a little extra interaction that way. But no, there's nothing special that you get. No skipping the line features. That's actually pretty standard. Is that you won't get to skip the lines? You're still a regular guest in the park. But yeah, discounts are huge. And Silver Dollar City, I actually figured in my second year there, we kind of kept track of all the tickets, the free shows that we went to, and free attractions, and we had over $4,500 worth of free admissions to theater shows and stuff. So, huge perk that way. If you're going to work at a park, make use of your discounts. Uh, Disney would also do another thing at Christmas in that they would issue what they called the family holiday celebration. And you would actually get a card now for extra admissions. If you remember, my deal was 3 guests on my regular one. If you look carefully on this, you'll notice this is for 5 guests. So they would give you an extra bonus admission with extra admissions on it. And then you had these wonderful coupon books that would have extra discounts at the big restaurants. You would get free popcorns, free pictures, and special discounts for holidays, all sorts of stuff in there. So the holiday thing was a really nice extra little bonus. Additionally, at Christmas, Disney would also give little gifts. So it was really nice that way. The gifts were usually pretty nice. Sometimes they were chintzy, but um, Josh, do you get in Dollywood free? Only if you work at Silver Dollar City. If you work at a Hershey park, you will get into Dollywood free because it's a Hershey park. If you work at Busch Gardens or Disney or something like that, no, you're not going to get into Dollywood free because they're different parks. So basically, the rule is you get a free admission into a park in the same chain or company that you're working for. So if you're working at Six Flags, you'll get into a Six Flags park free, but not a Cedar Fair park, and vice versa. So they let you travel within the company, but not necessarily to different companies, if that makes sense. So, um, a lot of the parks too would also do special events for their employees. So Disney, when they got ready for the not so scary Halloween, the year I was there, they added in the Pirates float, and they wanted to give them a good test run. So we actually had a free run of the parade. They After the park closed, they opened it up just for cast members to crowd on Main Street and see the Boo to You parade free. So that was kind of nice. So we got to see that. Just cast members watching the parade, which was a blast. You often get first views of rides and attractions. So Silver Dollar City, we got first rides for 3 days on Outlaw Run, and then Disney. It was every new attraction. Cast members get a free preview too. So do, 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 do. Dustin had an agreement with Dollywood and Carowinds. Yes, parks that are close will oftentimes have an agreement as well. Silver Dollar City, when we were there, we could get into Worlds of Fun or Six Flags St. Louis free, and they could also get into Silver Dollar City free because it was relatively close. Busch Gardens, we could get into Universal and SeaWorld, uh, again, because they were close in distance. So a lot of times parks will kind of work around that as well. Josh, again, what about Disney parks around the world? We could get into, when I worked at Disney World, we could get into Disney Paris, we could get into Disneyland. Shanghai didn't exist at that point. We could not get into Disney Tokyo because Disney Tokyo was actually owned by somebody else. So, um, and so yeah, the Oriental Land Company ran Disney Tokyo, so we didn't get the free admission there. But yeah, if you want to travel around the world and spend all that money, you could get into the park free. Um, so, but yeah, that was a really nice deal. Uh, one of the other, let's see, kind of looking at a couple things. I'm watching um, this. Just saw Cedar Fair and Six Flags are joining forces, so to speak. That's interesting. I've not heard anything about that. Um, I will have to take a look and see what that is. I can't imagine those two merging. So doing something together maybe, but yeah, merger, yeah, that would be nuts. I'll have to look that up. Um, other other perks though, I mentioned the discounts around town. Free tours and classes. You would actually, wow, okay. Craig just posted something. That is crazy. I will have to look that up. That's nuts. So if you're kind of wondering, Craig just posted this in chat. I will definitely be looking that up because that's insane. That's going to totally throw me off my loop here. Um, whoa, huge news. I'll definitely be looking that up in a bit. Uh, that may change my schedule here because I got another video actually recorded to go live tomorrow. But we may be totally changing that up based on that. Um, wow. Okay, my train of thought just got totally derailed. Uh, oh, one of the other things that Disney did that was just really cool was Disney has a lot of tours like Keys to the Kingdom and the Train Roundhouse, and things like that. They would offer those free to cast members occasionally. Uh, so it was a limited number, limited time, so the first come, first serve. But every now and then you could get into those tours free. That's how I got my behind the scenes of the Haunted Mansion tour. I did in Walt's Footsteps and a Mickey's Magical Milestones and a couple things like that. So yeah, Dustin. Let's see. I thought that's why you went live today. No, it's not. But it may be what I'm doing tomorrow. um, but yeah, free tours, free classes. Disney had something they called Disney University, and it had all sorts of different classes. So you could study business and finance and accounting and languages and all sorts of other stuff. And they offered it completely free to Disney cast members. So I actually took several different classes there, which I thought was a lot of fun. The other thing too that all of them do is they have uh, big volunteer events where you can go. And as cast members, you get together. So we did Give Kids the World Village as cast members. We went over and served there a few times. Disney is famous for its canoe races, where different divisions get together and race on the rivers of America before the park opens. You have volunteer bowling leagues that raise funds, softball leagues. Disney actually has a whole little park retreat center just for its cast members. So you can just go to this private park that's only Disney cast members there. Uh, at Silver Dollar City, we actually did a volunteer thing at our local school where we repainted the whole school. I actually went years ago. I did a whole volunteer thing for a big science fair in the evening at a school here in Branson. And it's actually the school my wife is now teaching at. Uh, and we had a blast. We were throwing these kids around on this little hoverboard. They'd sit on it and we'd swing them around the room. And so you get to do a number of volunteer things and get to meet people that way. So we had a great time. So perks, tickets, lots of tickets, free admissions at your park as well as others, discounts. Did I mention the in-park discounts? Typically food and merchandise, it varies depending upon where you are. Disney had a whole deal where my status, I was typically 20% on merch. but once you hit November 10th, it would jump up to 30% for Christmas. And you also had, if you were a higher status, that percentage could go up to 50% off, which was fantastic, especially Christmas. Disney, and actually, forgot to mention the other sales. Disney at the time used to do something called salsa sales. Save a little, spend a lot. Sorry, spend a little, save a lot. Get it? Yeah, save a little, spend a lot. That's normal Disney. No, it was spend a little, save a lot. And that actually, I did my Christmas shopping there. They set up a whole tent, and it was all this merchandise that hadn't sold. They were closing it out, so they sold it to you for discounts. Disney also had something called the Cast Connection, where they would sell old merchandise that hadn't sold in the parks, all the lost and found stuff that nobody ever claimed. That actually went to Cast Connection as well, and you could go in and you could buy all sorts of stuff. My dinner plates I bought at Disney. My Christmas wreath that hangs on the door, I bought at Disney at this. It's actually an old Blizzard Beach wreath, and I think I spent like $5 on it. Goes on our door every year. So I've got a number of things that used to be used in the parks that I bought at these sales, nice and cheap. Silver Dollar City will do auctions every year, and they'll notify all their employees, and you get to go buy all this used stuff that's been in the parks. And it's a great way to go get some neat, unique things at a really good price. So, uh, let's see. Craig, what was the DVC discount for CMs? I don't remember offhand. I do know that Disney did have a discount. I just don't remember how much it would be. So, but it is definitely there. Uh, let's see. Oh, and then Catherine mentions this as a Disney World cast member. I signed up to participate in the filming of the holiday special. You have to sign up now. See, for us, they would post the date and say, show up. Here's the dress code. We'll see you then. And we could just show up. I was actually in one of them briefly, the camera panned. And it was funny because you may not realize they film the holiday specials ahead of time, typically like a month ahead of time, so that way Christmas Day you're seeing this parade and everything and it looks live. And nope, it was actually recorded quite a while back. And those concerts, it's all cast members at the concerts, and you're just enjoying and posing and making you look like you're a regular guest. It's all cast members. So I actually sat at home on Christmas Day and watched this special that I was in and recorded, and they're acting like it's live, and my family's laughing like, yeah, there you are. It's not live. But it's just another one of those opportunities that you get as a cast member. So there's a whole list of perks. I hope it's a lot of fun. Catherine, yeah, favorite is the cheap food. It's cheaper. We didn't get $5 footlongs at the time, but yeah, it's cheaper to be able to go backstage. Busch and Silver Dollar City were much better than Disney because we go back. I could eat for like $3.50 at each one and get a nice big full meal. Disney, it was closer to like $8 or $9 at the time. Of course, this is $10. Yeah, 10 years ago. But plans for the upcoming holiday, we're still working on that. We'll be home. And Shane, I just heard about this, so I don't know anything yet. I'm going to go look it up, and we will see. I'm planning a video for tomorrow, and that may be what I end up doing. So I'll let you know when I find out more. So thank you so much, guys. Hope you found this interesting. Did I miss some perks? Let me know. Share it in the comments below. I do also want to give a huge shout out to my patrons, my supporters. Parker Odell actually just signed up on both Patreon and YouTube. Thank you, Parker. So a huge shout out to him there. If you want to know more about that, the perks, check the description below. Thank you guys for all tuning into the sudden live stream, and let me know what you think. I'd love to hear. Thank you so incredibly much for joining me today. Have a wonderful week. God bless.